how do I word this without excluding some of the good artists that are out? I do feel like R&B is lacking today, and Lucky Day did put out a solid project. I feel like female R&B has been extremely quiet, and I don't even know how to put it into words. 2 episodes ago I said this, but male R&B has been so quiet that the lane is wide open for somebody to drop and really take over. I don't know what Usher is doing exactly, his Vegas residency, but this is like the perfect time because like it's so quiet. But I don't know. The records that he did release, I wasn't really feeling them because I feel like he kind of, you're Usher. You don't need to go and get the Summer Walkers, the LMA because they're what's hot right now. So those records did nothing for me, and then to say that your album is gonna be like Confessions Part Two. Confessions is a big album to try to match, so it's hard. And then I don't know, but like male R&B is wide open. Uh, my conversation about the R&B groups also wide open. Diddy dropping the ball with Day 26 and Danity Kane. It's just I I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm over. Like you kind of feel like you outgrown the era of music, and like the music that's being put out is not for me anymore. So the Summer Walker album that everyone's praising, like I didn't hear it. Then the comparisons to Brandy, there's a couple records you hear it, but then it's like uh, I just like all right, here's the best way to describe it. Brandy's Love Wouldn't Count Me Out, such a deep cut, such an emotional record that you actually feel like you were going through something when you hear that record. Listening to Summer Walker's album, I didn't feel nothing. It was just like records. Like you just went in the studio and recorded. Like, of course, this is personal to her, but for me, it's like I don't feel the connection of what she's singing to what she's been through. So, like, I played it once, and then I was like, all right, I'm not gonna give my review without playing it again. So I played it again, and it was just like there's a few records on there where you can hear the similarities and why people would compare the vocal styles to Brandy, but I don't see it. And then Timbaland to go out of his way to say, "Oh, this is the best R&B album since Aaliyah's One in a Million," and it's just like that's a big comparison. And usually when people over hype something, I don't love it. And maybe that's probably why I don't like Summer Walker's music as much because everyone is like, "Oh my God, this is the best R&B album of 2020, 2021, 2022, whatever year it was." And now the new project, "Oh, it's his album of the year." And I'm just like, "Wait, what do y'all hear album of the year with these records?" Lucky Day. Uh I did say I saw Lucky Day in concert when I went to her and Erica Badu's concert. And the beginning of his set I didn't love, but by the end of his set I was like, all right, he got it. But I didn't record any of it, so I don't remember any of the records because I was trying to be in the moment. So I was like, he might be the one to watch. So now with this album, again, I don't know if it's like I'm I've outgrown the era of music where the music that's being made is not for me. But the beginning of the album, I was like, I don't. But I let it play. So everything after Candy Drip until the end, I love. But I've just been like just letting the album play, and I'm like everything flows together like the same way Full Moon, like all of the tracks flow into the next track. I feel like that's what he did with Candy Drip. So it's like you got to just play the whole album straight through. So, and that's a thing that artists don't do anymore. Like create a sonically cohesive project where you got to play the album. You can't just pick songs from it. So that's what I'll give Lucky Day with this project. Is that you can't just pick the songs and play. You gotta just listen to the whole album, and I think it's a great project. I didn't love like I was sitting with the first couple 7 songs, and I was just like, it's good, but like I don't feel it. But after Candy Drip, I was like, yeah, he got it, and yeah, so hopefully that'll be a step in the direction for someone else to follow up. Male R&B is like it's rare. It's rare. I don't know what's going on. Miguel is the only album that I'm probably anticipating, and who knows when that'll be. As far as female R&B, SZA, I do see like listening to like soul music is like Maxwell, Eric Badu, Jill Scott, like artists like that. I don't think we have a lot of that today. So I mentioned that, and a friend of mine, she mentioned her, and I was like, I get it, but like in this era, you gotta like hers album also has like those records that like she had to make because I feel like the label's like, all right, you make these records with these people because this is what's gonna get people listening to you. But like a lot of her great records off her album is like these are the ones that we should be hearing, but we don't. So again, we're in an era where a lot of the music sounds the same, and then it's like in order for artists to like really pop, they gotta go along with this sound, and that's where I'm like disconnected from it. I do want to bring up Normani. She's in an interesting like all the songs that she's released except Motivation. Uh, I loved. I didn't love Motivation, but I feel like that's they needed a record like that, so that's what she did. I love the waves with Black. Um, Checklist. Like all of those records were great. I feel like this next record is gonna tap her back into R&B, and we're gonna get something different. So interesting to hear what happens with that. Maybe this will be it. I know she has like 10 singles that could have been an album itself, but record labels do what they do. SZA, SZA. It's been a year plus, and we haven't gotten that record that was on the end of Good Days. That's all I'm gonna say. I Hate You is doing numbers. So I don't know what's taking so long for this album to come out, but the label needs to, get it together. We got a whole Isaiah Rashad project before SZA's album, and I don't know if they're really promoting it, but like I haven't heard any of the records off of this Isaiah Rashad's project. But you know, that's politics. And for a second, I thought we were like pushing SZA back. We gonna get Isaiah Rashad, then Kendrick Lamar, and then SZA, and then like SZA's been doing multiple things before either of them, and now it's like all the attention is Isaiah Rashad is dropping, Kendrick's coming. Oh, he's performing at the Super Bowl, so now we're getting an album. And now it's like all of this noise, and now it's like, all right, so y'all just gonna forget that SZA got records that everyone's waiting on, that's doing numbers, and we ain't got no album yet. But SZA's probably the highly most anticipated album for me, aside from my usual